Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our last webinar of 4 dedicated sessions about Gemini and Google Workspace. We're going to focus on Gemini marketing and project management today. Exactly. So I would like to introduce myself quickly. My name is Anna-Lena. I am a sales manager at Public Cloud Group in the territory of Switzerland. I'm based in Lucerne, and I'm your host today. And I will just, before we kick off with a quick session about generative AI and the live demo, which is Jasmine doing today, just a few words about Public Cloud Group, as maybe not has worked with us yet. Exactly. One more, yeah. So Public Cloud Group, short PCG, is a leading public cloud service provider in the DACH region. And we handle all the relevant IT solutions from one single source. We were formed together in 2021 through a merger of several leading cloud companies. So bringing together a wealth of all major cloud platforms like Google, AWS, Microsoft, as well as SAP. And our Google unit used to be named Cloudworthy. Maybe you know it from that name. We are partnering with Google since 2008. We have very strong presence in the DACH region, a lot of certifications, which make us one of the leading premier partners in the region. We serve over 1,200 customers across a wide range of industries, and we grew to over 450 employees. And of these 450 employees, the biggest part is tech staff, so containing cloud engineers, data experts, developers, change managers, and many more. And all these experts can handle all your IT needs, from cloud infrastructure, SAP, cloud services, modern workplace solutions, cloud security, data, AI, and more. We got you there. One of my biggest parts of my job is connecting my clients with the right experts based on the conversations we have. And since we're talking about Gemini and Google Workspace today, I brought Jasmine today, and she will give us a broad understanding of the platform and then demonstrate us the product and give us some background about AI. So handing over to Jasmine.
Thanks, Annalena. But first of all, I would like to hand over to Sven, who is going to start with the theory about generative AI, and after that, I'm going to jump into the live demo.
Perfect, thanks. So now we come to the first question, where to find AI in Google Workspace. So let's take a look at this timeline, and on the timeline you can see quite clearly how more and more AI support has been integrated over the years and what AI features Google Workspace already has. So artificial intelligence in Google Workspace was not created overnight, but has continued to develop and evolve over the years. So for example, the grammar suggestion, which is likely familiar to everyone here, also belongs to AI. And all the examples you can see here on the timeline are AI supports in Google Workspace. So now we come to the next question. What is generative AI? And here you can see a cartoon. And when you think about programming, you probably think about something like this on the left side, the traditional programming. And for the first few decades of computers, this is pretty much how they worked, using handcrafted rules, but the real world is a lot messier and more complex and can't really represent it this way. And in 2012, people were excited when neural networks started to take on difficult pattern recognition tasks, such as recognizing cats, for example. So you gather lots of examples of pictures of things like cats, and it learns to recognize those patterns of pixels. But this is still a pretty narrow approach, learning about specific tasks or concepts. And in the last few years, generative language models have really gotten people excited. It's a different approach. You feed lots of text into a model, often over 1 trillion words. And what's remarkable is that these large models learned a seemingly endless number of concepts. And when we explore what a model has learned, we call this prompting the model. It feels like they have developed a foundational intelligence based on the language that could enable all kinds of new things. And yeah, so let's take a look at where we can find generative AI in Google Workspace. But before we look at where we can find generative AI, we first need to understand what generative AI in Google Workspace is and what functionalities it has. So generative AI in Google Workspace, also as known as Gemini, is a sub-area of AI that refers to use of AI to create new content such as text, images, audio, and video. And this brings us to the Gemini Help Me functionalities for Google Workspace. So Gemini helps you to write, visualize, organize, connect more meaningfully, and much more. So let's see where we can already use Gemini. And here's an overview of Google Workspace. And Gemini is currently implemented in the following tools like Gmail, Meet, Drive, Docs, Sheets, Slides, in AppSheet, and in the Chrome browser as well. But if you want to use Gemini, you need a prompt. And this brings us to the next question. What is a prompt? A prompt is a piece of information that is provided to a user or a system to initiate or guide a process. It can be a question, statement, or a set of instructions. The system takes your prompt and uses it to generate an output, such as text, images, audio, or video. The type of output that is generated depends on what your prompt requests and the capabilities of the system. And as a rapidly expanding technology, generative AI is a wide range of potential applications. So now let's take a look at the latest feature of Gemini. The Gemini side panel is the latest feature in Google Workspace, and this enables an instant access in the Workspace application so that you can interact with Gemini directly in Google Docs, for example, like here in the picture. And Gemini also understands the context of your work and can make suitable suggestions, as well as perform a variety of tasks such as writing, brainstorming, summarizing, and more. And it is seamlessly integrated with Gmail, Docs, Slides, Sheets, and Drive, and it learns from your interactions to provide even better assistance. And now, Yasmin will show you a brief demo about the powerful Gemini features which are available in Google Workspace. So yeah, Yasmin.
Thanks a lot. So I have prepared some kind of a story for you today. So I prepared a story for somebody working in marketing who is going to get a nice task from their boss. And we are going to guide this person through their story, through their task. Doing the job. And there we are. So that's me. I'm Yasmin. I didn't tell that before. So I'm Yasmin. I'm a change manager here at PCG, as well as a Google Workspace senior consultant. So, and now today I'm Yasmin as well, and I am a marketing person here in this company. And I get an email from my boss who is strangely called Yasmin as well. So let's start with Gemini in Gmail. So I have this email, and as usually, emails from my boss are having a lot of text, and much of this text is not that useful. So let's open the Gemini sidebar and ask Gemini to summarize this email first. So whenever you put in this sidebar from Gemini, usually the first of all is you get some suggestion of prompting, because as Sven already said, prompting is the magic that makes our prompting is the art of letting the magic happen. So asking the right things, putting those prompts the right way, and having the fantasy what you can prompt there in the sidebar. That's why Gemini provides us here and supports us here with some suggestions every time. So this one, the first suggestion is here, is summarize this email, which of course is very useful because, as I said before, my boss usually sends email with plenty of information and I'm not very interested in, so I want to get to the key facts. So I'm asking, provide me a detailed summary of this email. By the way, this also works if you have a nice thread of emails. So like you return to your desk and you see, meanwhile, you got a thread having like 10 or 15 emails. You probably know that from your daily work. And then you can also come back here saying, okay, I don't want to read all those emails. Please provide me with the summary of this. And I see, okay, there is still a lot of, you can see this up here. There's still a lot of points, and still I'm too lazy to read all of that. And that's why I keep it even shorter and say, what am I supposed to do? let's see what Gemini is prompting me with. Yeah, and so I got the reply like, okay, it looks like you've been asked to lead the marketing campaign for something called Clear Path Diagnostics, yeah, we have a budget of 50,000 euros for the campaign, somebody obviously got the idea that I might be the right person for that. So, okay, let's find out what is Clear Path Diagnostics. By the way, who of you joined my session 2 weeks ago? Can you please give me a thumbs up or whatever down at the bottom from the there? Okay, perfect. So some of you already know Clear Path Diagnostics, and you may also recognize that I practiced in between, so I'm able to say Clear Path Diagnostics pretty well today. So, and that's why I want to return to Clear Path Diagnostics. And so, first of all, let's look it up in Google Drive. So, as you might remember, Sven also told us that Gemini is available in Google Drive as well. And here we can do a lot of nice things like summarizing on a topic, looking up files, summarizing on a document, and all those stuff. And now I would like to, and I again copy my prompts from my cheat sheet, and I have to do it right. So, and this time I want to use Gemini to find documents that refer to Clear Path Diagnostics. So again, this takes a little while. Gemini is looking through Drive and finds at least 2 documents saying here are some relevant files, and it finds a nice slide deck, and it finds a Google Docs document that is having that is called features. This might be pretty nice. And then let's say, and then right here in Drive, I could also start with a summarize, and with an at mention, I can refer to certain documents. And here I am prompted with, okay, please summarize for me the document Clear Path Diagnostics. So I can start here without leaving my Drive space. I can get a summary of this document without clicking anything, without opening anything, just asking for these features. So again, I got some nice text here. But for now, this is not enough for me because I'm supposed to create a marketing campaign. So therefore, it might be useful to have a look at this document. And as usual, if Gemini creates prompts where it refers to other sources, like other documents, other slide decks, whatever, you are prompted with this as well. So let me expand this a bit. So you see, this is the result of my prompt. And here in the bottom, it is saying, okay, for this reply, I referred to those sources. And as I said before, we have to do the marketing campaign. So let's dive a bit deeper into this document. So I click the document, open the document, and I'm going to read through all this stuff. And I notice, well, this is quite well. And just to a short heads up, you see the sidebar popping in, and you see the sidebar automatically creating a summary of this document for me. So I don't even have to prompt this. I'm getting this by default. What do we have? We have a short description about our Clear Path Diagnostics tool. We have the features here, and we have some benefits. And I would like to have those features a bit more in detail. So it's just 1 sentence for each of those features. I want Gemini to rephrase this to get a bit more details. So therefore, I have prepared a prompt here, and this prompt is saying, rewrite the chapter features. So I'm referring to the content of the document and saying, please describe all the features more in detail. Each feature needs 3 sentences. And again, this is what Sven already said. We have to be precise, we have to put questions, and we have to explain in detail what we really expect. So therefore, let's go. Let Gemini work for us, so we don't have to keep all that stuff in mind. We don't have to invent all those sentences on our own. So let's just do Gemini, the work. And again, here on the sidebar, and let me expand the sidebar once more so that we can see a bit more here. You see all those features have been extended here. This is pretty nice. And now, therefore, I say, okay, I like this. And here, I'm going to insert my new features here to the document. And therefore, we can skip this one. Perfect. So now we have a bit more features here in our document. Okay, perfect. So we have a nice document with nice features. We have nice ideas on how our product, ClearPath Diagnostics, is working. So let's start with brainstorming ideas for the campaign. And for this, we need a new document because I want to write my ideas in a new document. I'm not quite sure whether you already work with Google Workspace. If you do, I'm curious whether you know this abbreviation for your URL bar. You can just write docs.new, and then Google Workspace creates a new, fresh document for you. This has nothing to do with Gemini. This is basic functionality in Google. And I really, really like this feature. And therefore, I use, whenever I got the possibility, I mentioned this to users and people everywhere in the world. Okay, so we need a brainstorming ideas for our campaign, and therefore, again, I put a bit more space here to the sidebar. I have prepared a really, really detailed prompt here. So saying, I'm a marketing engineer and I'm in charge of creating a smart, innovative, modern marketing campaign for our new product, ClearPath Diagnostics, which is product and blah, 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 blah. And again, yeah, I could add here, of course, the reference to our feature document, but for now, this is enough. So let's say what Gemini is going to provide us here. So as you see, we were asking for, we are mentioning the budget, the amount of budget. We are also mentioning provide us with a timeline, provide us with KPI. And the more you mention here that you expect, the more results, the better results, the more detailed results you get. And it makes always sense to say who you are, what you're going to do, and what you would like to see as a result. So by the way, I could also mention here, instead of providing me some text, saying, provide me a picture that shows whatever. Okay, so I don't have a look at the details now. I just take the result and put it into the document. And there you see that we have a lot of information here. So we have a timeline. We have the budget. Okay, we have already a campaign theme that is saying clarity in diagnostics, confidence in care. What? Sounds nice. Why not? We have a small analysis about the targeting audience, and it is saying whatever we should do. So we need to create content. We need to have some nice marketing. We need some email stuff. We need some webinars or demos, and so on and so on and so on. So there's a lot of stuff here. And you also see the timeline is included. And we have some KPI. So for example, do we have more web traffic? What about return on investment? And some additional notes and so on. So a lot of stuff that we can start with to create our campaign. Another thing, I'm not quite sure whether it's mentioned in the campaign this time, but there's one thing coming to my mind. We need a cool logo for our ClearPath Diagnostics machine. And therefore, we need a logo, and I'm basically asked to get this from a designer or from a design agency. But unfortunately, I have no idea what those people need to provide the right things. And therefore, once more, I create a new document saying docs.new. I create a new document saying, hey, we need a logo. Never hurry a computer. So we need a logo. And therefore I say, hey, help me write a creative brief for developing a new logo so I can hand it over to my designer. So again, you see in this prompt, the idea, so my intention is mentioned as well. So those things are always helpful. And in order to tell all the necessary details to the designer, I can refer to our ClearPath Diagnostics. I practiced, but it doesn't work every time. I'm like Gemini, it doesn't work all the time. So ClearPath Diagnostics, a feature sheet. So I'm referring to this so that my designer gets all the necessary information they need for creating a nice and fancy logo for us. And of course, we can go on here with creating blog posts. So please create blog posts for me. I mentioned something. We can create blog posts here and so on and so on. So everything where you need created text from, you can do this from here with docs. So let's look how this is. Let's see how this is looking like. Yeah. So again, we're telling our designers who's the target audience for this logo. So who needs to be attracted by that? So what are the attributes? How those things look like, and all those stuff. Pretty nice, to be honest. I didn't know that designers can make use of this kind of information when I want them to create a logo for me. And basically, when we are talking about a marketing campaign, it's not all done with having so nice text and all that stuff. So we have our product name, but what we do not have so far is a company name. Of course, that's quite unusual that you do have a product before you have an own company name. So therefore, let's have a nice let's ask Gemini whether it has some nice ideas for a company name. And this time, I switched over to Gemini standalone version because we don't have Gemini include. No, we don't only have Gemini included in all those nice applications like Docs and Drive and what we saw already. We also have Gemini as standalone app where you also can do prompting and stuff like that. And here, for example, we just ask Gemini, suggest 3 nice names for a company that sells a product called ClearPath Diagnostics. And again, you see it's prompting, it's thinking, the magic happens. And there, for example, we could be ClearPath Diagnostics Inc. Okay, that is obvious. Pathway Diagnostics Inc. or TrueSight Diagnostics Inc. Who like Clear? And I need your support once more. So who likes ClearPath Diagnostics most? Can you please just give me a sign with the icons, with the emoticons? Okay, no one. Who like Pathways Diagnostics most? Who likes TrueSight Diagnostics most? Okay. I started panicking because nobody of you replies on the first options. But okay, so then we are on the same page. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, and we do not just need a name. We also need some kind of slogan, which is, again, a nice thing for marketeers. So we need a so we have our product, we have some nice product ideas, and so also we need a kind of company slogan. And therefore, why not asking for generate 3 options for a new slogan, emphasizing our reliability, our innovation, and our long history of popularity for TrueSight Diagnostic Inc. And again, the magic happens, and we get some nice idea. A legacy of trust, innovation for your health. Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. Yeah, so probably not all of this is the thing that you're going to need finally in the end, but you always get some nice ideas on what to do. And in the end, so let's get back to our tasks. So we're going to have a marketing campaign. We have some nice ideas already. But what we need now basically is maybe, are there companies that are known that we can already get in touch with? So are there companies that are famous that are that might use our product? And therefore, once more, we use this Gemini standalone app where we can say, okay, so please provide me with a list of customers for ClearPath Diagnostics from the German DAX. So probably companies who have money. So let's have a look if there are companies that might use our that might need our product, ClearPath Diagnostics. And there we see we have Bayer, we have Merck, we have Siemens. Quite nice. Let's go there and ask. Okay, so we have also already probably possible customers. And so I would say there's something else that we need. And this is a plan. And where do we make plans? Of course, with Google Sheets. So therefore, again, I need a new tab. And once more, I use the .new function. So this time it's sheets.new. And with sheets.new, I get a new nice sheet. And here I ask Gemini to refer to create a nice project plan for my campaign. And again, I ask, help me create a table. And again, we have the Gemini sidebar. The Gemini sidebar already provides me with some nice suggestions. But here as well, I have my prompt prepared, and I say, hey, I'm a project manager in a marketing campaign, and I need a project plan for this campaign. So please create a table with a project plan for the campaign outlined in this document. And for some stupid reason, I forgot to mention this here. So we have the campaign for ClearPath Diagnostics. So now we can refer to this document. So usually it takes a little while unless you have, when you just renamed a document. Yeah, so there should we just refresh once here. to get it better. Because unfortunately, I have two documents basically called untitled documents, so therefore it might be a bit clumsy if we select the wrong one. So therefore we have the, it's not that fast actually. So let's try that one and let's have a look where it's coming out of that. So I'm referring to one of the documents. Hopefully it's the right one that is having the campaign. And now, Gemini is walking through the details of the campaign and provides us with a plan. And again, in my prompt, I mentioned that please, we need responsibilities because I have no clue who to assign which task to. Then we have timelines, then we have tasks, and then we have milestones. And there you see, we have some market, and I want to insert this, please. Yes. So we have some marketing team who is in charge for market research and competitor analysis, which need to be done in the first month, and so on and so on. And you see, it is referred to, or it has referred to our campaign document, and you see all the details that you have here. By the way, if you request Gemini to provide you with something like a plan, you can, again, add as many details as you want to. You can also say, please make it more detailed. Please give at least 120 line items. Please, whatever. So everything that comes to your mind that you need for a plan, you just add it to the prompt and Gemini provides you with. Okay, so we have the plan, we have an idea, but what about all those fancy, colorful things? We didn't think about that. And therefore, Google announced a few weeks ago that they do have a nice new app in place that is called Google Vids. Sounds a bit funny in German, but it's called Google Vids, which is the short term for videos. And we have a nice new option, which is currently available as alpha feature in Google Gemini, where you can create videos with very easily. I did it a few times so far. As I said, it's pretty new, and I'm pretty impressed. So I start again vids.new, and I come with my prompt. That is saying it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same with those prompts. And I have this prompt saying, hey, please create a pitch video for my new product, ClearPath Diagnostics. Mention features and benefits. Refer to, and again, we refer to our features. And please make the video emotional and happy. In the next step, the outline is created. This is pretty nice because there you get a nice road book or playbook how this video is going to be created. So you see we have the chapters, which is pretty nice because the document that has the description and the features and the benefits is structured pretty nice with all those headlines and stuff. So therefore, it's pretty easy for Gemini and for Vids here to identify the kind of chapters. So we have the introduction, and we have all those stuff. By the way, you can move here those chapters around, put them to the bottom, put them to the top. You can remove some sections here. You can change stuff and all that. And yeah, so you have the nice outline here. And if you don't like the outline here, you can again say, try again, do it better, whatever. And as I said, you can let Gemini try again, or you can do the improvements manually here. On the next, currently we can select here out of those 3 templates. As I said, it's an alpha feature, so it's pretty freshly announced and pretty freshly released. So they're going to be much more details and features and things we can do here. Therefore, I'm going to select this one, this upper left, and here I can also select the color. So I'm not quite sure what kind of color do we have for our company. So I would say, let's try this positive purple for our video. And that's it for creating the video. So we let this run now quite a while because creating the video takes 1 to 2 minutes, and then we turn to here a bit later because I don't want to waste the time. I want us to have some other nice things that we need to know that we probably need. What do we need in this funny, crazy world that we have? Yes. Oh, that was fast. Okay, then we do this. Then we finalize this first. So this is the video that has been created. What is pretty nice, and here in the bottom you see all the slides. So basically, it feels a bit like Google Slides. So you might know PowerPoint. So you have those single slides. You have those single pages here, and again, you can change everything here. You can change the text here. You can do stuff here. You can replace pictures and all that stuff. And just push play. I probably can't hear the music because I didn't just share the tab. I just want to show that this is looking pretty nice. And it took me, as you see, just like 3 minutes to create this. Of course, to have it in the end perfect, it takes a little while probably. You can put in your own pictures. You can add some wording to this, so you can read the script here from the sidebar and add the word or add spoken word to the video as of now. So I'm not quite sure what kind of features are going to be added here in the future, but this is already a blast. I'm pretty impressed by this. Of course, this video can be downloaded as MP4 and all that stuff, what we expect from videos. I love this. I love this pretty much. Yeah, what else do we need? Of course, in our funny world, we need some slides. So therefore, we're going to start with slides.new. And what do we need? Of course, we have to present our campaign. Oh, Jesus, we have to present our campaign to the board. Therefore, we need some slides. And again, I start with Gemini, and I ask Gemini to create a nice slide with the key milestones from our campaign. To make it easy, I refer to our campaign document. There it is. Now, finally, you see that it has been renamed from untitled document to campaign. So now it's better to find. And then again, it's working, and it's going to find the key features or the key milestones from the document. It's going to add a nice picture here as well. As of now, we are only able to create single slides, but it is announced for later that we will also be able to let Gemini create full slide decks from a document. So yeah, this will be awesome. This will be mighty if we have this. Yeah, so because of now, you see the key milestones. This time it decides to provide us with the monthly timeline that we have. Yeah, so which is pretty nice. So makes things easy, simplifies our work. And I just put it in the same slide, even in the same slide deck, even though basically it's two different kinds of things. Of course, we don't not just need slides for the board. We also need slides for our customers to present our product to them, and therefore just a short example. So saying, okay, so please create a pitch slide with the features of our product, and again, therefore we refer to our ClearPath Diagnostics features and benefits document that we had a look at 20 minutes ago. And again, it takes a little while. Gemini is thinking about the features. Gemini is thinking to create a picture for us. And there again, we have at least the first of our pitch deck slides. Now, Gemini, come on. People are watching. Okay. As long as Gemini is thinking here, yeah, well, there we are. It's every time like every time I say, okay, then we do something different, then Gemini changes its mind. Yeah, and again, we have ClearPath Diagnostics, we have the features, and all those 5 features are here as mentioned in the document. Yeah, well, so everything is up and running. We have everything we need for our campaign. So let's travel in time. Let's assuming everything is done. And there are now 3 things left that we need to do after the campaign. The first thing is the retrospective. So let's have a look what can be done better next time, or what was awesome this time. We have to say thank you to all of us, to all the team and all of that. And of course, we have to party because everything was awesome. So, and for the retrospective, so basically, again, I have no idea how to do this. I have no idea what should I take into account, or what do I need to consider for this. So therefore, again, let's return to Gemini standalone and asking things like, okay, so I need to write a report on the details, detailing the success, the failures, the lessons learned from my latest marketing campaign. Please draft me a list with 20 questions. So again, I'm not asking for give me the answer. I'm asking for give me support. And so draft a list of 20 questions that guide me through this team meeting where we're going to find out all those things. And then you see we have again the clear question for give me 20 questions. And again, in the last sentence, you see that we want to have some specific process breakdown, technical issues, communication gaps, and all that stuff. So we really say very detailed what we expect Gemini to provide us with. And you see there are those questions coming in, and I can report that in one of the trials I did before, we also got nice chapters saying, okay, for a specific process breakdowns, ask those questions, for technical issues, ask those questions, and so on. So as you know from Gemini, the results differ from time to time, but it's 20 questions, so well done. Yeah, and I said we need an email for saying thank you to the whole team, and therefore, of course, emails we are going to write with Gmail. And again, I have the prompt prepared here saying create an email to thank the whole team for their work and effort through the whole marketing campaign. Take into account that we had a tight plan and that the campaign was more than successful. Refer to the campaign sheet, to our campaign plan, for diving into the details. So maybe Gemini feels like I'm highlighting or mentioning some special topics or special phases of our campaign phase. And as long as Gemini here is inventing, by the way, the email that I received from my boss, of course, was created by Gemini as well. So it was pretty nice. So I just started saying, okay, please provide me with some boss buzzwords email. Please make it 100 words. And then you got, oh, this is our time to shine. We have a new very blah, blah, blah. This works as well. So let's have a look at the proposal from Gemini for my thank you email. I hope this email finds you well. I express my sincere gratitude for incredible work and stuff. And I think this looks awesome. And so I copy that one, put it into an email, and have it here. And by the way, as soon as you have text here, you can also always highlight text and select here in the bottom to elaborate this, to shorten this, to formalize it, or whatever. Put it into a poem or whatever comes to your mind. So let's just try it once to elaborate. And let's see what's coming out. This looks even better. So we take that one. Yeah, we take that one. We go with that. Yeah, so we're sending the thank you email, and then we have only the last topic open, and this is the big party. And I thank you for listening. Let's party together. The webinar is done. I hope you liked it. And I hand back over to Annalena for the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. That was very cool, very funny as well. I was smiling a lot during the session.
Thank you.
And very informative. Also, a lot of inspiration for prompting, I think, what different things can be done in different fields. And thanks so much. Thanks so much also to Sven for the introduction.